Hello! Oh, this is all we need, boys. This is we've got one waifu. Get ready for the top 10 Cup Souls waifu list. Wait, don't look in there. I snatch Yuri's wrist. That's my Dark Souls drawer. You can't look in there. It's got my top 10 Cuphead waifu script. I know what you're thinking, what the hell is this video? Well, I could be asking you the same thing, big boy. Why the hell are you clicking on this video? These videos are the reason no one in my community talks to me anymore. What are you looking for? Is this what you're looking for? Look, to be honest, I'm playing Hollow Knight for a video right now, but my god is that game long. I'm like 14 hours into it with no end in sight. So instead, we get this ridiculous video. And if you're expecting anything more from me at this point, I'm guessing you haven't been around here for long. I didn't get to talk enough about Cuphead in my initial video, so I'm going to be talking about some of the bosses in this video. I'm going to show some fan art that's a little creepy. All of them being female, of course. That's the only way I can sell it to the waifu god upstairs. And don't worry, there'll probably be another 8-month gap until I make another one of these. Well, let's get started. Coming in first, the boss of Dramatic Fanatic, Sally Stageplay, whose fight takes place over multiple phases of a stage play, if you can believe it. I think personally, Sally was probably one of the easiest fights in the game, certainly for being an Inkwell R3 fight. It only took me a few attempts, and coming off that fucking dragon who took me about 50 attempts, this was a nice change of pace. And if you're a fan of Popeye, like I was as a kid, as soon as you enter the boss fight, you'll notice that she's been heavily inspired by olive oil, and also apparently the Queen from Betty Boop, which now that I'm seeing it, she has the exact same face. And another nice touch that you don't realize because you're so focused on the boss fight that you don't look into the background, her husband or boyfriend or active friend in the background will freak out whenever she takes damage, or will cheer whenever Cuphead takes damage. And then in the end, he'll just cry like a little bitch because this boss is just super easy. So in each section, for each boss, I'm going to include some of the more interesting fan art that I've found online. This is a wild place. Be warned, some of this stuff is super weird. Like this one here, we have Sally Stageplay. It's a baby, and she's wearing a diaper, and this has crinkle under it. What the fuck Here's another one, a little less weird, but still kind of freaky. A lot of detail in the feet. There's like a parallel between Cuphead and feet fetish, which, you know, nothing wrong with, but I'm just interested why Cuphead is receiving so much of it. You know, I'm a big Quentin Tarantino fan. I know he's probably really into it. Alright. And you know what makes this list even more ridiculous? I know, it's almost impossible, but Sally Stageplay and Captain Briny Beard are the only two human bosses in the game. And don't at me with the robot man, alright? He's the robot, doesn't care. So that means we've covered our human bases for this video. So now we get to talk about how much we want to fuck a bee. Hey, check it out, everybody. It's Rumor Honeybottoms, and don't DM me. I'm doing okay, alright? You don't need to ask me if I'm alright. I know my pal Northern Lion is into this as well. Why else would he say this?
Eat my butt, bee lady.
Don't try and tell me it was an insult. It was an offer, and we all know it. She's the boss of Honeycomb Herald, and she licks her lips at the start of the fight. I like that. Not in a creepy way. It's like, I'm just wondering if she's gonna eat Cuphead, or if maybe we caught her just before she was gonna eat dinner. Also, why is she wearing red lipstick? That's a little weird too. This fight can be a bit of a hassle, certainly more so than Sally. It's the only level to have vertical scrolling, and the scrolling platforms always add a certain amount of difficulty to a fight, aka the dragon fucker. Also, a fun fact, a joke that I made in my Cup Souls video has become official wiki canon. I'm talking about this one. Oh, what do you got there? The Cuphead official strategy guide? What are you doing? And then you check the wiki and it says she uses a guidebook to help her transform into a plane. Yo, I think that's just a spell book, my dudes. It's just, she's a magic sorcerer's bee. That's her, like, spell book. It's not a Cuphead guidebook like I joke. But I'm honored. And luckily for us, and honestly luckily for Rumor as well, there's not a lot of fan art for old Honeybottoms. There is this one, this is nice. She got a, you know, big rack there, and she's a bit more of a human in this one. That's actually, this one's pretty good, you know. It's a good drawing. It's a big fan of this one. And then we have this one. Hey, leave a like if you wish you were Cuphead in this situation. I'm just fucking jeez. The threatening Zeppelin herself, Hilda Berg, which of course is a pun on the infamous German Zeppelin Hindenburg, and she's the first boss you'll fight as Aeroplane Cuphead. And honestly, I feel a little bit better about this one because she is a humanoid at least, and she's not a giant fucking bee. Although she can transform into both a Zeppelin and a giant evil crescent moon, so you know, that's pretty cool. I didn't have too much trouble with this fight, unsurprising because it is on the first Inkwell Isle, but it does show some real life values in its design. For example, when she uses her haha move, it hurts Cuphead. And just like in real life, if someone laughs at you, it hurts. Now Hilda Berg is one of those lucky ones who has had an absurd amount of fan art online, ranging from really fucking cool to what I'm about to show you. So let's jump into the folder here. I'm gonna open the first one. Forgotten what we're looking at here. Oh, more feet! Yep, alright, so here we go again. This is what I was talking about before. This isn't even the end of it. Here's Hilda Berg with her feet. Looks like she's about to be tickled by the bird boss. Here's another one. I think this might be... yeah, this is done by the same guy who did the Sally Stageplay feet. So that's pretty cool. And then we have this one. This one's just too far. It's not even Hilda Berg anymore, it's just feet. Look at the detail on those feet. My god. Next up we have a little bit of a comic. So you're gonna have to help me understand this one. Roy meets Hilda. I'm guessing that's Roy right there in the water. Wolf whistle. He's shocked and he looks over. It's Hilda Berg with sunglasses on. What does that even mean? This one's actually pretty good. This is Hilda Berg and she's been working out. And Mugman's really into it, but Cuphead's not having it. Whoa, mama, look at this one. Hilda Berg, how apt it is that she's wearing the McDonald's colors because looks like that's all she's been eating. If you know what I'm saying. Is that it? Is that? Okay, that's it. Thank God. I don't think I could deal with much more of that. Welcome to the Sugarland Shimmy, boys. This is Baroness Von Bon Bon. Probably one of the best names for a boss in the game. Her fight consists of her randomly summoning all sorts of candy and chocolate and sweet mini bosses for you to fight, and then in her final phase, she'll uproot her castle and start chasing you down with her detached head. And this is where the problem lies for me. You know some things in games where it just doesn't compute or line up with how your brain works? It could happen in real life as well, but I don't interact with anyone in real life. This head was one of those things. The way it would move and stop randomly just absolutely broke my brain at the time, and it hit me almost every time. But apart from that, the rest of the fight is relatively simple. The head thing was making me angry, so let's look at some of this fantastic fan art here. Whoa, look at that. What you expect by living in kingdom made of candy. This is Baroness Von Booty. The fuck is this, Chris? Oh yeah, that's me. That's me and my girlfriend, Baroness Von Bon Bon. I'm slapping her ass. That's just me doing it. I drew myself in the universe. So Chris, you're a funny guy. I'll give you that. Here's Baroness Von Bon Bon's head, and she's saying, what are those Cuphead boys doing to my body? What's Cuphead doing to her body? Is he dancing with it? What the fuck? And lastly, here's Baroness Von Bon Bon licking Cuphead's face. Nothing too weird about this one, but just something I thought I'd show you. Something that I knew that you definitely weren't expecting you to see today. There you go. Now you've seen it. And here she is, ladies and gentlemen. The reason this joke arose, Cala Maria of the High Seas Hijinks. And I know some people would consider her to be one of the easier bosses, but goddamn, man, for some reason she gave me a lot of issues, and it wasn't just the mental issues of why is this drawing of a mermaid turning me on. Whenever she'd freeze me, it must have been the worst timing because I'd get frozen and then instantly get hit by an eel or something. And I actually went out and looked up if there was any way to get out of the gaze freeze, but this, of course, there wasn't. You just have to bear it and kill the eels as fast as you can. And it had been a long session at that point, and I was just getting roasted, alright? Anyone else really like the yoo-hoo at the start of the fight? Now go! I'm a big fan of that one. Anyone else prefer the second Medusa phase over the mermaid phase? Maybe that's just me. Anyone else like the phase that when you die in phase 1 she calls you a cootie? No? Alright, let's move on. One thing I really hate about this boss fight is the ghost pirate move though. And if you get that while the pufferfish are coming up as well, it's fucking hell to avoid. Fuck the ghost pirates. You know that wasn't even going to be a move initially? That big, where she opens her mouth really wide and the pirates come out, that was her opening before they changed it to the yoo-hoo. God damn, man. But other than that move, this fight was great, and I had the right difficulty without being too frustrating, and the boss design is my favorite in the game. Nothing weird about it. I just really like Gorgons, okay? If you have a Gorgon in your game, I'm sold. Big fan of Medusa as well. I know she is a okay. And as far as fan art goes, Cala Maria certainly has received the most out of any character in Cuphead. Some of it is absolutely amazing, but of course, as you've seen so far in this video, it can get real weird real fast. Here we go again with the feet. This one makes even less. She's a mermaid. She doesn't have feet. She has a fish tail. What the hell, man? It's not even. There's so much of it. Here's another one. Oh my goodness gracious me. The feet. The feet, everybody. This one's actually just pretty good. I'm a little worried about her face. That look on her face. And also the look on Sally's face. It's creeping me out a little bit. I'm not sure what's going on in here. Someone's going to have to explain this one to me. What did I say earlier about this one's actually a really good drawing, but what did I say earlier about the bee lady? Can we copy and paste that here? Leave a like if you wish you were Cuphead in this situation. Here's another nice little comic for you. Cuphead's about to fight King Dice in Cala Maria's level for some reason. And then here she comes out, and then King Dice and Cuphead are like, whoa, mama. And she's like, well, hello there, aren't you a little cutie? And then the fish comes and knocks her over, and she's like, what are you doing? We'll play later. And then she crushes Cuphead and King Dice for first-degree manslaughter, leaving their families in shambles. Absolute train wreck. But it's pretty hot. And let's finish off with this banger. This is Cala Maria about to get handled by her eels. Don't like where this one is going. Don't like this one in general. Why didn't YouTube invite me to YouTube Rewind with such bangers of like this one? Man, they're really missing out. What, you don't want Indeimaus as the face of YouTube? What are you, fucking crazy? Hey YouTube, suck my dick. Thank you for watching this trash tier video. Leave your own Cuphead favourite waifus down below, join my Discord server, and I'm working on the biggest Hollow Knight video known to man. I'm trying my best to 100% it and fit it all into one single video, and it's probably going to be my last video of 2017, so I want it to be the longest video to date, so look forward to that. I'm going to go wash the shame off that this Cuphead video has caused me to have all over my body. You can't wash this shit off in the sink though, you know. Thanks for watching, boys and girls. 2017, what a year.
Nowadays, I say a phrase along for the good old days when the party was